If this story feels uncomfortably familiar, follow and subscribe. From the outside, my husband Brad looked like the kind of man people trusted without question. He was a CFO at a major financial firm, calm under pressure, always well-dressed, always in control. He managed millions of dollars daily and still spoke in a steady voice like nothing could shake him. Late-night client dinners were normal in our marriage. I told myself this was the price of success, the invisible cost of ambition. But that day felt wrong the moment he asked. Brad wanted $5,000 in cash. Not a credit card. Not a transfer. Cash. When I asked why, he answered smoothly, VIP client. Old school. They don't take cards. I nodded, but my chest tightened. Brad never carried cash. Ever. Still, I didn't argue. I placed the money into an envelope and handed it to him. I watched his face carefully. No guilt. No hesitation. Just urgency. The confidence in his eyes unsettled me more than any nervousness would have. He kissed my forehead like always, grabbed his briefcase, and left. I stood there holding the kitchen counter, trying to convince myself I was overthinking. But something fundamental had shifted. Trust is a strange thing. You don't notice it until it begins to crack. Brad always used Uber Black. Same time. Same pickup spot. I knew the area well, and I knew there were very few Uber Black drivers licensed there. Months earlier, without a real reason, I had signed up myself. Maybe it was intuition. Maybe it was paranoia. Either way, that night, I opened the app. The request appeared almost immediately. Name, Brad. My hand started shaking, but I accepted it. I drove to the pickup location, heart pounding so hard I thought he might hear it through the windshield. When he got into the back seat, he didn't look at me. He was already on his phone, typing fast, distracted, confident. He didn't recognize me. Not the silhouette. Not the voice when I confirmed his destination. Not even the perfume I always wore. I was invisible to him. We didn't head downtown. We didn't go anywhere near a luxury restaurant. Instead, he directed me toward the edge of the city. The streetlights thinned out. The buildings disappeared. Warehouses gave way to empty lots. My GPS showed nothing but blank space ahead. Finally, we stopped in front of an old, second-rate motel near empty parking lots. The kind of place that rents by the hour. A woman in her early 20s was already waiting under a flickering neon sign. She wore a tight dress and heels that didn't match the cold night air. There was no awkwardness. No hesitation. They kissed like this was routine and walked inside together, his hand resting on the small of her back with a familiarity that gutted me. I stayed in the driver's seat, staring forward, feeling something inside me quietly break. The dashboard glowed softly. The radio played a song I couldn't hear. Time became meaningless. I waited for an hour. When they came out, Brad pulled the envelope from his jacket and handed it to her. She counted the money carefully under the motel light. $5,000. Then she smiled and said, "Same day next month." In that moment, I understood this wasn't an impulsive mistake. It was a system. A schedule. A budget line item in a life I thought I knew. Brad got back in the car, scrolling through his phone again, completely relaxed. I drove him home in silence. When we arrived, he thanked me casually, tipped through the app, and walked inside our house like he owned the world. That night, I went home without saying a word. Brad slept peacefully beside me, like nothing had happened. His breathing was steady. His face relaxed. I lay awake staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment, every lie, every dinner that suddenly made sense. The next morning, I followed the woman from a distance. She entered a discreet building with no sign, no name. Just a plain door with a buzzer system. A private agency. I already knew what I would find. With some pressure and a little money, I accessed the records. Brad's name appeared again and again. Dates. Cities. Payments. Patterns. Over the past 2 years, he had spent more than $200,000. All of it marital money. All of it hidden. All of it intentional. Different women. Different locations. Always cash. Always the same cold transactional precision he brought to spreadsheets. I saved everything. Screenshots. Bank statements. Uber logs. Agency invoices. Text messages I found buried in an old phone. I didn't cry. I didn't confront him. I didn't give him a chance to lie again. I went straight to a divorce attorney. She was sharp, experienced, and didn't flinch when I laid out the evidence. He reviewed everything once and said, "This is marital asset misuse. Possibly fraud. We can work with this." We filed immediately. I also submitted an anonymous report to Brad's company, explaining that a senior executive was hiding personal expenses and exposing the firm to serious financial and reputational risk. I included just enough detail to make them investigate. 3 weeks later, Brad was terminated. No farewell email. No severance. No golden parachute. Just a quiet exit and a name removed from the website. In court, the judge didn't hesitate. Every dollar spent on escorts was ruled marital funds and ordered to be repaid to me in full. Brad's lawyer tried to argue it was personal discretion. The judge shut him down immediately. Brad lost his job, his reputation, and his marriage in a matter of months. He moved into a small apartment across town. Friends stopped calling. His professional network vanished. He asked me only once how long I had known. I answered honestly. "Since the night I drove you." His face went pale. He opened his mouth but no words came. There was nothing left to say. Some betrayals explode loudly with screaming and broken dishes. Others happen quietly in the back seat of a car where you become a stranger to the person who promised to love you. Mine unfolded in silence, and it changed everything. What would you have done? Write it in the comments and subscribe for more Broken Heart.